What's up, everybody? Chad here, and welcome to the home of the Money Minute. Today, we're going to be doing a 3-month review on one of my newest cards, a part of my hybrid trifectas. I like to refer to it because it helps me cover my spending categories, and that is going to be the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Now, I got this card in January, right around the same time that I got my Platinum. What really drew me in were the cashback categories. Now, I'm a big fan of points, but also it's no secret that I'm a traveling consultant. So there are times when I am at home and in between contracts. So when I'm at home, I tend to skew more towards cashback. Just in case I don't travel for a while, I can hold cash in reserve and it's a little more versatile. I've also seen other YouTubers who have expressed the same sentiment, and I think it's very smart. I think it's a great way to hedge because points are great, and especially when things loosen up, to be able to take some of those aspirational travel trips would be awesome. So I also do points, but I like to hedge my bets. That's just a safe bet for me. Now, getting to the categories, let's just get to the meat and potatoes of it. And the 6% cashback on streaming services is actually what turned my head, because I cut the cable a long time ago and we went to YouTube TV at home because my wife and I both travel from time to time. And frankly, 6% return is fantastic. You're not getting it anywhere else. It's an industry leader for this card. And then in addition to that, when I saw the 6% groceries, that too is fantastic. Now, we have a couple little ones at home, and the prevailing attitude is that, oh, well, Chad, $6,000 is not a lot of money for a family of 6. But because my situation is unique and most people aren't in the situation that I am, we can actually play with the card a little bit so that we can stay under that 6%, especially when we carry other cards that give us grocery returns as well. And that's not even without a gold card. Like, for instance, we also have the Amazon Prime card, and should we travel and I'm in a hotel next to a Whole Foods, I can use that and save the limit on my Blue Cash Preferred. So that is yet another way to hedge. In addition to that, also, it gets 3% back at gas stations and 3% on travel. Oh, not travel, but like transportation, like Uber and Lyft, which is great because as a traveler, I use both of those. If I rent a car, I have to gas it up, and I'll take 3% back on that. There's no limit there. And sometimes I have to take Ubers just in case I don't rent a car, or take Lyfts, and the 3% back there is fantastic as well. All other categories is a 1% cashback rate. Speaking of the cashback, you can cash it out for statement credits, which is the most valuable way in order to use this card. You can shop for gift cards, which I probably wouldn't. American Express's redemption for gift cards is it's sort of standard, 1 cent per point, but you're not really dealing with points here. And then in addition to that, you can also use it on the shopping portal, which I don't particularly like. I've not seen great redemption on anything in American Express's shopping portal, but that's just me. Your miles may vary. Now, when I signed up for this card, I signed up with a bonus offer to spend $3,000 in 6 months for a $300 statement credit, which is a 10% return on my spend. But they gave me 6 months to do it. That is plenty of time to spend $3,000 in my normal life with my normal bills. So that was pretty sweet, and I didn't have any problem hitting that. Discuss the cost to you. The Blue Cash Preferred does carry a $95 annual fee, but it is waived in the first year. So you get the first year to try out the card, and then you pay the annual fee. Now, that means that in order to not get blighted by American Express, you kind of got to hold the card for 2 years at the absolute minimum, because they really don't like when you use their free, no annual fee year, and then you try to cancel the card. It just doesn't bode well for you. I wouldn't suggest you do it, but by all means, whatever you feel is best for you, just know I wouldn't suggest it. Now, this card is set up for US-based purchases. I would highly suggest you do not take this traveling, as there are foreign transaction fees of 2.7%. So I spoke about the Amazon Prime card, which has no foreign transaction fees. If you need to travel, and on top of that it's a Visa, you may want to stick that in your wallet. There are other American Express cards that do not have foreign transaction fees, like the American Express Platinum, for instance, but this is definitely a card that you want to leave in the US should you plan to leave the US. Now, for other benefits of the card, you do get secondary insurance if you book a whole car rental with the Blue Cash Preferred. You also can get up to 2 years extended warranty. You get return protection, which is fairly standard in the industry, I'm noticing here, especially with the Amex cards. You also receive access to the Amex offers. Now, lately, Amex has been putting some good offers, and each offer is actually specific to each card. So if you hold multiple Amex cards, it's not like they all pool from one pool of offers, so you can fulfill them regardless of the card you use. Some offers are actually available on the Delta co-branded cards that aren't available on the Blue Cash Preferred. And some of the ones that are available on the Blue Cash Preferred may not be available on your Platinum or may be available on your Gold. So you definitely got to check those out. I keep track of mine with MaxRewards. I have a link in the description just in case you want to check it out and get a free month. And feel free to use my referral code. But it helps me keep track, especially now that I'm in a points and miles game heavy. It's definitely good to keep track of what rewards you can use in order to save money, because we don't want to leave anything on the table. Now, I've given you all the benefits. So the pros are, you definitely get access to Amex offers, which I value. The multipliers are fantastic for a cashback card, has 2 industry-leading multipliers, and these are the pros, which are fantastic for me for a $95 annual fee. Now, that annual fee, effectively, for the first 2 years, you only pay $95, which is a good split. Now, beyond that, you may have to find a way to justify the card, because going towards the cons, it has a $95 annual fee for a cashback card. And with the separate multipliers, in some cases, that may be too complicated for people. You know what I mean? Some people just want to keep it simple. And while this is a good card, nothing is perfect. I mean, direct competition for this, and these are even cards that I suggest, would be the City Custom Cash and the City Double Cash if you want annual fee free options that also give you good multipliers that you can stack with in order to get good money back. Well, that's been my review of the Blue Cash Preferred, or the BCP as it is referred to. Now, I really just want to say thank you. Hopefully you made it to the end of the video. And if you did, here's a little bonus for you. Using this card, because Apple has a streaming service, they code is 6% back. So if you want to link this card to your Apple account, maybe you run your Apple Music, maybe you have the Apple Plus TV service, or maybe you just buy things from the App Store, you'll be eligible for 6% back. So that's just a little trick for those of you who made it to the end of the video. But please like, share, subscribe. If you get value, if you like the video, if you received any help from this, it would really, really, really mean a lot to me and the channel for a big thumbs up. If you could hit that like button, it will help us with the YouTube algorithm. And I like to say this at the end of the video because I want to get you the content out there first. And hopefully, you stick with us in order for us to keep giving you more content as time goes on. But that's my review of the BCP. I hope it was helpful. And until next time, take it easy.